guys.
Sorry, I missed it.
How's it going? Oh, I love you too. Love you too.
I think she said I lost my shirt.
Thanks for being here, and hope you're not too sick of me. You got me for about 45 minutes.
We could never.
We love you. Awesome job last night.
Thank you so much. Thanks, you guys made it really special. It's probably it's become one of the most, if not the most special Saturday nights for me. For absolutely, it just means a lot, you know. It means a lot. So thank you very much.
You mean a lot.
Thank you so much. Do you want to ask a question? I will answer it.
Hello.
So many bad
Rob, I wanted to ask you, when you first came on board as Chuck Shirley, did you know the story arc was that Chuck was God, or how far in that story arc, where in that story arc did you learn that
He
Chuck
was God? I learned at the end of season 5. So Eric Kripke called me and said, "So you're God, how does it feel? You're God." And I was like, "Oh, no, yeah, it feels pretty good." And I reread the script. I had to be like, "What? Okay," so because I didn't understand when I first read the script, and then I disappeared, poof, in the script, and I was really confused. I was like, "Where did I go? Am I dead? What happened?" So Eric explained that that's what it meant, that I was the God, and I kind of was, the writers had always been speaking through my character anyway from the beginning, when I was just the prophet, but I think Eric's idea was that it was greater than that. That I think I was kind of a manifestation of him at that point, and coming out as God at the end of Swan Song was really Eric Kripke's love letter to the show, because that was his last show, and so that whole thing where I narrate that episode, that was Eric's last episode. He created the show, and so he was kind of speaking through my character. But he made it very clear that he said fans are going to have their own interpretation of whatever this is, so don't say anything. Don't say that you're God, just let them have their own thing. So that's about when I started doing a lot of conventions, and people would say, like, what did that mean? You know, and there's a theory that you're God, and I'd be like, I mean, I think maybe I am, but like, you should have your own, you know. And so I really felt like I couldn't really speak on it too much. And then in season 10, Robbie Thompson wrote that episode that I kind of winked to that idea that maybe I was watching, like watching in the 200th episode, the musical episode. And then finally in season 11, when the darkness was causing all the ruckus, it made sense to bring me back and say that I was God. So that's sort of the evolution of how that all evolved. I never knew if I'd be back again or not. But yeah, into season 5 is when I knew. But I had to keep it shut for about 5 years. I couldn't say a thing. And it really got to the point where people were like, yeah, there's a theory you're God, but I don't think you're God. I'm like, well, I disagree, but yeah, so now, and then it was great. Then it was like the salad years. I was out as God. Everyone knew I was God. We celebrated. They're like, oh, God, you're such an absentee father, but we love you anyway. He's just so happy-go-lucky. And then at the end of season 14, I ruined all that. I love you too. And now it's like, whew, bad God. All smiting and smoting and, Old Testament up in this.
I was just going to say you went all Old Testament on us, didn't you?
Yeah, I went all Old Testament, so watch yourself. Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Wow.
I know, right?
So my question is, which era of your character was your favorite to play? Like writer Chuck, like chilling in the bathrobe,
Right.
or like Amara's brother,
Right.
God,
Right.
or
just pissed off evil God. I have a soft spot for the bathrobe Chuck. He's just, and what I liked about that Chuck is he really didn't like the spotlight. I mean, I think even still now, God, it's not like he wants the spotlight. It's just, he's just the puppet master behind he's the wizard behind the scenes. But anyway, I did like the sort of alcoholic writer guy. That was fun to play. And then, season 11 Chuck, I really loved a couple things. I loved the scene, I loved the episode with me and Curtis, Metatron. Don't Call Me Shirley, I just loved that episode. And then I loved the idea that God was like staying with the boys and eating all their food. Like that just really kind of made me, in his boxers, eating Chinese food, that just made me laugh. And now there's this whole twist. And as an actor, I kind of love it because it's fun to play. I mean, when else do I get to go up to like a 6'4" guy and be like, listen, Sam. That's just kind of fun to be able to play because you don't get to do that in real life. I would never do that.
Can't you do that to your brother?
So yeah, the whole thing has been fun. It's really hard to say like, I wish we could go back to because it's been a fun evolution of a character. I mean, as an actor, you rarely get to play a character for 15 years, but also to play him through all these different phases. Richard and I, and even Matt Cohen, a lot of us have been able to play these characters that actually have different facets to who they are. So I literally was this guy that became this guy, and all of a sudden I'm God, and now I'm an angry God, and all those things. It's just fun to play as an actor, truly. And I never, it's funny because playing God, people think that I'm writing all this stuff. I find out like 2 weeks in advance what I'm gonna say, what's going on. And usually when I get the script, I have to call somebody and be like, so what did I miss? Like who, because you haven't seen the episodes, they haven't been out yet. So they've been shooting these scripts, and I'll be not in a couple, and then I get the script, and I'm like, wait, what? I did what? Who said what? And then people are like, why did you say that? And I'm like, I barely know what I said. And that's why sometimes when I get asked questions like, were you the guy in the thing, and the guy in the underground guy, is that really you? And I'm like, oh. So anyway, I forgot your question. Oh yeah, I like all the Chucks. All the Chucks. The answer is all of them.
Chuck wagon.
Every Chuck.
Chuck wagon.
Thank you.
Hi. I got really surprised by the season 14 finale, and I was just wondering, what did you think when you first got the script for the finale?
I was just like, oh, people are gonna hate me. This is not good. I'm a real asshole. That was honestly my first response. And then because I'm a good guy. Like in real life, I'm a good person. I try hard to be a good guy. And so, I had to come to terms with embracing a not so good guy, or basically a guy that has, obviously from his point of view, he's not a bad person, he's God, but he has his own reasons for doing what he does, but they may not jive with the protagonist of our story, right? So anyway, so I had to come to terms with that, and then after that I was like, oh, this could be really fun actually, because there was, I always loved the way that Pellegrino played it, and even Shepard. They just embraced the bad, and they'd come out on stage, and Mark Shepard would be Mark Shepard, and then you'd ask him a question, he'd go, no, and then that's Mark Shepard. Whereas I was always like, hey, happy guy, happy guy, happy guy, and now I can try to be that guy sometimes. But it's hard for me to do that in real life. But the point is, I forgot your question. But I was bummed, but then I came to terms with it, and I was like, oh, this is going to be super fun to play. And so, it's fun because it's rare that you get the keys to the car where someone goes, hey, you can just be an a-hole, and it's cool. You know what I mean? We need you to be an a-hole in this scene. You need to tell this big guy off who could kick your ass in real life. And you go, okay, that's cool. So it's kind of fun to play. It's fun to play that kind of guy sometimes. Thanks. I don't think that this is so much with Chuck, but in my career I've played jerks and bad guys. like a lot of my guest stars are like, the killers, and it's always fun to play that. Somehow I get like my aggression out that way. People who have wronged me in my life, I can turn and like play that person in a weird sort of way. It's like therapy. You kind of can get it out. Anyway, it's like anyone who's ever been sort of mean to you, you can then play that guy, and it's this weird sort of feeling where it's a release where you get to be that guy all of a sudden. Anyway. Okay, so what's your question?
Hi, my question is, what are you looking forward to this season, and what are you looking forward to after Supernatural ends?
This season, I'm looking forward to all of you guys seeing what we've been doing, and it's all really exciting and epic. It's exciting to be to be a part of it, because I don't take any of it for granted, and to be a part of this show, it's been amazing, and to be relevant in the final season is a blessing. So I'm excited for you all to see it, and like I said, like there's still a lot I don't even know, so I'm excited to find out where they're going. I just more than anything, I'm just excited to be a part of it. It's fun to be relevant in the world. And after it's over, I'm always excited as an actor. It's a blessing and curse. You never quite know what the tide's going to bring in. You don't know what next year's going to be and what the jobs are going to be. But I'm excited that I'll be a free agent and there'll be another acting gig out there. And I'm excited to see what that's going to be. It'll be a whole new phase, a whole new chapter. It's always felt like that for me. Like at the end of an era, you're always like, oh man, that's over. And I felt that way, after Felicity was over. And I felt that way after the movie Waiting finished shooting. Like every big job that felt good, you feel that way and you're a little depressed. Oh, it's over now, what's next? And who would have thought in 2007 or whatever, whenever I got the part of Chuck, that this whole new world would open up for me, And it's changed my life completely. So, there'll be a whole new chapter, and I don't know what that'll be, but I'm excited for that, for the opportunity. And I've got hope that it's going to be something really good. Maybe I'll be Walker, Texas Rangers assistant. Walker, a minute? You don't have time to I love it. He's like 11 feet tall. Listen, Walker, I'm sorry, we can't. There's a picture that they used to sell at these things. I don't know if they still do. I think they might, but I'm talking to Sam in the convention episode. He comes up, he's whispering something. I think he's kind of bent over, and I'm like my neck is cranked up. I'm looking up at him. In that shot, I remember this, shooting that scene, I'm on an apple box. I'm standing on a box. He's bending over, and I'm still... He's crazy tall. And I'm not.
Hey,
hi.
I was wondering, when you got the script for Chuck, what did you think about playing him back when you were a kid?
At first I was worried. Because I wanted him to stay good. Kind of like you guys do. But then I thought, oh, this is going to get good. This is going to get exciting. Because drama is exciting. And, Supernatural is a drama. And sure, there are light moments, there are funny moments, but at the end of the day, you're on the edge of your seat. And so, as an actor, it's fun to be a part of that, the edge of your seatness of it all. You don't want to be the guy who's like, hey, nothing to see here. You want to be the guy that's like messing stuff up. Because unless you're the protagonist, really, unless you're Sam or Dean or Misha or Castiel, then unless you're Sam, Dean, or Misha.
You were right the first time.
Unless you're one of those guys, you have the potential to kind of mess things up a little bit. So it's kind of fun to be part of the drama. Yeah, and it's a different experience because like normally I'm on the good guys team, so it's really interesting all of a sudden in this final season to be the bad guy. So yeah, I'm still coming to terms with it. There's a part of me too is like, we're all buddies, right? We're all friends. There's a part of me, you know, because we all talk about it, you know, backstage. Everybody's like, oh man, I'm excited about this episode coming up or whatever. I'm not in those conversations anymore. Like, no one's like, hey, I'm excited to fight with you. So there's a part of me that's like, hey, we're still cool, right, guys? Like, we're still, like, we're buddies, right? Because I play for the other team now.
Wait, what? Wait, what? I mean, that's okay.
Maybe I do, maybe I don't. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. How cool is that? That God's bisexual, by the way. Right? Supernatural, man.
A little fan fiction.
Things are happening. Years from now, people will be like, you know, that show, that's kind of a cutting edge show. They did some stuff. You know, I mean, I think people who don't watch the show have no idea. And people are still finding out about it, you know? Because it exists and people go back and they watch it. I still have people saying, wow, I'm just now watching this show. And, you know, that's the thing about when it ends. It's just you're gonna go, man, that was just, like I said yesterday, lightning in a bottle. It just is, it's a once in a lifetime kind of show. And it's just amazing that we've all been able to be a part of it and enjoy it. So that's more than anything. I'm just trying to, like, everything that happens, I'm trying to really go, oh man, this is so great. I get to work with my best friends and do this stuff, and the writing's still good. No one's phoning in. No one's like, ugh. And like every script is like, ooh, oh wow, you know, 15 seasons in, that doesn't happen. I've been on the set of like CSI that's been on, you know, and people, not to say that those people aren't working hard for their money, but there isn't that level of like, ooh, oh wow, what's gonna happen next? If they're just like, oh, this is another one where the guy does the sure, okay, you know. I did an NCIS like season 3 or something of the main NCIS, and love it. And great show and great actors. They're so nice to me on that set. But I was kind of one of the bad guys. But in order to get me to tell them the truth, they had to show me the dead body. Like they showed me a cadaver, and then I was like, okay, I'll tell you. Just cover it up. I think I threw up too.
Wait,
and it was season 3, and they're like, haven't we done this before? Where we show them the dead body? Yeah, we did it last season. Okay. Well, anyway, we're doing that. You know, it's a more formulaic, whereas this show isn't. So, again, forgot the question, but excited about where we ended up.
Hey, hi. So in light of recent developments in Chuck's character, how do you think that Chuck would feel about our fandom in this universe, especially the charity aspect of it?
What? Chuck, listen, he's God. We can't forget that. He's not Lucifer. He wants good. He's God. He's the creator of all things. He loves that. He loves that. He loves the charity stuff. He's still a good guy. He's God. He breathes life into all of us. And then when he sees people helping each other, that's great. And sometimes he's just careless about his creations, perhaps. And he's a bit of a puppet master. And he enjoys this show. That's his favorite show. He loves Supernatural, and he loves everything, you know, about it. He kind of gets excited that he can control it. But yeah, you understand the whole thing. Yeah, the charity stuff, it's great. It's great. It's great. He might even say he's making that happen. I don't know. He wants people to help each other. That's a good thing. So we can't forget when we're blaming him for the bad in the world, we got to thank him for the good too. I'm no preacher. I just play God on TV. But guys, just saying. Yeah, it's wonderful. Human beings doing what they do best. That's what I think he would say. And me, Rob, I love it. You know, I love every bit of it. You know, it's amazing. happy to be a part of that. But yeah, no, God's good with that. Good. God has no problem. You're doing great. He's good with me. He's good with all of you. It's really just Sam and Dean right now that he's got a problem. Right?
They are kind of dicks.
He's working it out. They're working it out.
Hi, I'm from Denmark, so I hope you can understand my weird accent.
It's a lovely accent.
My question is, if you could change one thing about your character, what would it be?
Well, I would, a year ago, I would have been like, nothing, this is great. But now I'd say, I just wish, he's just misunderstood right now. And so I just wish that everyone would sort of understand where he was coming from. I just want us all to get along again. Me, Rob, I just like, why can't we just work it out? And it just feels like with the trajectory we're going on, it doesn't feel like it's gonna end well. So I just wish, I wish it could keep going. Why can't everything be okay? And God goes, okay, everything's good, and season 16, here we come. You know what I mean? Why can't we do that? So that's what I'd change. I'd say, Chuck, come on, man. You're God. Keep it together. Let the show keep going. It makes people happy. But then Chuck would probably smite me. Just bat me away like a fly. But yeah, so that's what I'd change. Just get him to cool his jets a little bit. You know what I mean? You're God. It's like, stop picking on people. But hey, who am I? Yeah, so that's, I guess, what I do. Where are you from?
Denmark.
Oh, cool. Did you come here just for this?
Yeah, and to visit some family in Canada.
That's amazing. That's awesome. I don't think I've never been to Denmark.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I come visit?
Pardon?
Can I come visit?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, I'll see you there. Okay.
The mermaid in Copenhagen.
Copenhagen? Do you live in Copenhagen?
Yeah.
Sweet. I knew that.
Yeah, but where's Patagonia?
I thought it was either that or Denmark City. Is there a Denmark City?
Yeah. Maybe.
Maybe. Better than I thought. Awesome. Well, I'll see you in Copenhagen.
Cool.
Oh boy. Yep.
Yay.
Hi.
Hi.
So my question is, so God brought up all the monsters from hell, and you just set Sam and Dean back 15 seasons. Like, what's up with that?
Well, what's up with them trying to smart mouth me? Lest we forget, he tried to shoot me. So, yeah, Sam tried to kill me. I opened up the gates of hell. It was like, maybe like one of those, I don't know, as a parent we call that a lesson. A little bop on the nose when the cat pees in the corner. You know what I mean? No. So it was a bit of a bop on the nose.
Cats don't care.
Bit of a spanking. You know what I mean? Kind of to show them like who they're messing with or whatever. Sort of thing. Yeah, so that's what that was. Sort of like teach them to mess with me, kind of, sort of ish. Yeah. So that's what that was. But that was fun, huh? The clown. Hey, people were big fans. But yeah, maybe it was a bit harsh. It's like I'm God. I react very bigly. Bigly?
Don't say bigly.
Largely?
It's very Trumpy.
Oh, really?
Bigly?
Don't say that word. Don't say the T word.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't say bigly.
Very bigly. I react broadly.
Broadly. There, yes.
Biblically. Over dramatically. Sounds a little bit judgmental, but okay, I'll accept it. Jerky.
Delicious.
Go ahead. Malicious?
Delicious.
Delicious. That's what I thought you said, and I was like, she didn't say delicious, because that's...
Yes, she did. Jerky.
Yeah, biblically. I like biblically.
You said jerky.
This is how, you win.
Get the connection.
That's how I react. So that's just how I play. I mean, the stakes could not be higher than they are this season. I'll be able to talk to you a little more freely about this once more of it airs. Right now, I feel like I'm a bit handcuffed, but yeah, it's. But anyway, it's great. It's gonna be great.
So what you're saying?
It's gonna be great.
Hi.
Hi.
So my question is, if you could be anybody on Supernatural other than Sam and Dean, who would you be and why?
Ooh, I've had various answers to this over the years. I mean, in this moment, I mean, other than Sam and Dean, I'd like to be Castiel. You know, I mean, what a great role that is. But you know, again, when I answer that, Castiel is Castiel because it's Misha. You know what I mean? So I guess what I'm saying is I'd be Misha for a day. I'd like that. I'd like to walk in those loafers. It's like, it's okay when I say it, but... no, that's cool. It cuts. You know, it cuts deep. Yeah. No, I would be taller and handsome and have a very low voice. Thank you. It's so, but Misha. But, yeah, that's the thing about saying that. And the other thing I say sometimes is Lucifer, because I think that's just a delicious role. But again, Lucifer's Lucifer because it's Pellegrino. I mean, all these characters have come to life through the actors that portray them. But that being said, yeah, I think I'd go be Collins for a day. Be Misha Collins for a day. And walk in that trench coat. See what that's like. Of course, it would dwarf me, the big old trench coat.
You know, we can find out in about 4 hours.
Picture sleeves like down on the ground. Sam and Dean, you can't, blah, blah, blah.
Meet us in the photo room at 7.
That was my imitation of Castiel.
Hi, Rob.
Hi.
I just want to know what your favorite line is from the show.
My favorite what?
Your favorite line.
That I said?
Yeah.
That I have said? I mean, they've written me a lot of cool lines to say through the years. And at the very beginning, one of my favorites was just, I'm the Prophet Chuck, because that made me laugh. In the first episode, I'm the Prophet Chuck. So, and then hoard toilet paper. Hoard it like it's gold. Because that's true. They don't talk about that. You're going to need toilet paper after the apocalypse. Because everybody poops. And then, and then, you know, after season 11, I kind of like the whole, like, yeah, I had some girlfriends, I had some boyfriends. I thought that was cool. But now, I mean, it's just like, if I'm bringing it back up to date, welcome to the end. I mean, that's an iconic line, whether or not we like it or not, and he said that. Don't remember me as welcome to the end. Remember me as hoard toilet paper. I'm just saying it was cool to be able to say a line that's become kind of iconic for this final season. So, so those are all my choices. But then I'll go to bat with hoard toilet paper. It's also made for some interesting photo ops through the years, hoarding the toilet paper lines.
Hi, Rob.
Hello.
I talked to you yesterday, and I said I wasn't sure I liked you anymore, and I've been thinking about that. I do like you. I think you're wonderful, and actually, you brought a lot of excitement back to Supernatural, which is very fun.
Thank you.
So I've rethought my answer of that. But I have a question for you about singing. Once Supernatural's over and the conventions are over, we're all going to be devastated. Will you come back with your band?
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, I think what's great is that, well, first of all, you know, the conventions will stay on and we'll be a part of the conventions. But even as those start to dwindle, they'll open up gaps in our schedule that we'll be able to do tours. And so we'll be able to come to your city. And maybe we'll be able to come to a city that we don't normally come to with the conventions, you know, so we could come go to like Detroit and Halifax, Nova Scotia and Montreal and Toronto, because we've never played a gig, you know, other than this. So yeah, we could come to your city and
You could come to Whitby. You could stay at our house.
we'll come there. Whitney or Whitney?
Whitby.
Whitby.
In Durham.
Whitby.
We're just past, like east of Toronto.
Great, we're there. Right after we hit Copenhagen, come to you. But yeah, so that, you know, that's what's great about what I think we've all created here. When the show ends, it doesn't mean we end. We're family, right?
Yeah.
This is gonna go on. This is not going anywhere, and we'll all move on. We'll do other things, and we'll come back and we'll report to each other about what we're all doing, and we'll play some music and dance and have fun and love each other like we always do with these things.
Hi.
Hi.
My question is, what was it like to work with Danneel on the movie Still Waiting?
Oh, it was good. It was great. So this is before she was Danneel Ackles, before she was dating Jensen, much less married to him. Her and I did this movie Still Waiting, which was the sequel to this movie Waiting that I was in. Thank you. And and so she plays this waitress in a restaurant that I'm the manager of, and and I had this scene where we kiss each other, and yeah, it makes me very nervous because, you know, obvious reasons. And he's never seen it. That's the awkward part of it.
Challenge accepted.
So this is the jokey part of the answer, is that he's never seen it, and I every year or so I'll be like, hey, did you ever see that movie? Because we really make out. You ever see that movie? And he's like, no, I still haven't seen it. I'm like, cool. You're good. You don't need to. But the real part of it is that she was lovely. We actually had a good time, and we kind of bonded and chatted. And so I've always felt like every time I see her, it's like, oh, we had this sort of relationship before the Supernatural. We were friends. So she's a really good person, and I always love hanging out with her. And I think everything's going to be cool if he just doesn't see that movie, and then we're good.
Hey, Rob, quick question.
Yeah.
We walked in the middle of this. Are you talking about making out with Matt Cohen's wife or making out with Jensen Ackles' wife?
It was this movie, a lot of people don't know that I did, where me and your wife were in.
Oh my God!
Making my rounds. We're just talking about Still Waiting. I'm glad you laughed, because that could have gone. I didn't. I
don't know if the funnier part is the joke you set up, or 2 hours of my wife starring in a movie, which would be a wonderful woman, an actress she ain't. So
she'd be like, this is stupid.
Rob, why are you pretending and saying weird words
exactly.
to me? And cut.
Roll credit.
How was it, buddy?
It was great. Thank you, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know him, you love him, you just spend quality time with him. Rob Benedict, everybody! Let's go! There we go. Rob! This is a heck of a panel. We got it from here. Wow. Try that again, please. There's a slight delay between
Sunday timing.
Oh, yeah, Norton, that's funny. The great thing about when Norton is funny is it makes us all laugh, makes with a fairly sizable dose of shock and surprise, because he's not always funny, and that's great.
Yeah.
See, that's how I know it's actually Steven and not an alien. Let's try it again. Here we go.
He's on fire. Let's just bring out the next guest.
Let's do it.